All right, ready?
Yes.
What brings you to Nashville?
I am here recording a couple songs with my brother and finishing up some other songs we recorded and to film and start this little filming project. Don't know exactly what this is going to entail. Um, this could be the first episode in a series, or this could be a music video for one of the songs I'm recording here. But excited to introduce this into my storytelling process.
What's next for you and your music?
Next for me and my music, well, this is a big part of what's next. I'd like to get a group together in a barn or a recording studio and film playing some songs that I've written, maybe write a song, yeah, and put together like a live record of sorts.
That
That
would be super cool.
Yeah, like a DVD, like a live DVD, but streaming on YouTube.
Less DVD.
Exactly.
What got you into writing songs?
um, I started writing songs when I was 14 at boarding school as a way to sort of cope with being depressed and being at a place, in North Andover, Massachusetts. I went to Brooks boarding school for about a year, and it was a depressing place and a really tough time for me. I was just lonely, and um, music was what I did to cope.
How old were you when you went there?
14,
14.
14, yeah.
And what happened to your music after high school?
Um, yeah, so college, same idea, also sort of withdrew into myself. Um, and and after college, I formed a band in New York. I joined a bunch of other bands, started playing shows, did a little touring, and actually got into home recording, which was a huge turning point for me. And my brother got me into home recording. He was, why are you going into the studio, spending all this money? You can't work on it, you can't write, yada yada. If you do it at home, it's free, you can do it all the time, and you can be like a part of the process, and it can help you write different types of music. And at first I was sort of anti that. I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, the studio's where it's at. But he, introduced me to GarageBand, and yeah, and so then I learned how to do that, and I've been recording just a ton of songs um, since since I learned how to record at home.
That's awesome. What was the first record you recorded?
I recorded Radio Luxembourg. That was with a friend named Taylor, a guy I met at AM Studios in New York, with another guy, Ariel. These are like the first people I ever recorded with, and with my friend Peter and Benton, we would go in there at like 18, 19 years old and just have a blast making noise. And he had a home studio, and so I did Radio Luxembourg was like the first that came out in like 2008. So what was that, 12, 14 years ago? It's been like 25, 26. I finally got it together, and that record is like the first record that I'm really proud of.
Do you think you'll always be writing songs?
Okay, so that's something that I want to explore because, like I said, the writing songs was sort of a way to deal with depression and issues. It was like the cure, and I feel like the cure has sort of become now in my life, in this different stage that I'm in, a problem in some senses because I'm still withdrawing and isolating, and you know that's something that I'm thinking about because like I want to connect with people and I want to be outdoors and not so withdrawn, and I'm not in the same depressed state that I was when I was 14. So my circumstances are different and my life is different, and thank God it's improved. And so now I want to take this thing that was, almost like a life or death coping mechanism and celebrate it and connect it with other people and do it in a healthier way. And I'm really at the beginning stages of learning how to do that.
Do you think it's withdrawing or connecting to yourself when you have those moments of solitude?
That's a really great question. I think it's both. Um, but it's connecting to myself, but in a way that for me doesn't allow a lot of other people in. Like when I'm making a record, I've got the blinders on, and it's pretty much just I can't really focus on other relationships. Even my health, gym, diet. I mean, everything takes a bit of a toll.
I think that's very natural to be so dedicated and into your work. I mean, part of songwriting is like you're kind of ripping yourself open, right, to share it with others.
Yeah, we talked about this last time I was here, that like there's with creation, sometimes for me, like there's this appetite for destruction. And I don't know why they're connected or how exactly, but there seems to be a little connection between the two.
I wonder if it's because artists or their emotions are more on the surface. They're open to expressing them more than non-artists.
Yeah, so you're like expressing well, first you got to find out what you're feeling.
Be in touch with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that can be sometimes, a whole process. And then to find a way to express it, yeah. I don't know. I mean, some people out there, I'm sure, are, writing songs and then drinking smoothies and going out with their friends, and I don't even know if I want to be at that place. Like I feel like I said, like with some of the music, like my parents not wanting me to write because wanting me to go to school, or like, college, boarding school, like just sort of running to the music room to get away from everything. Like it has this, ooh, it's forbidden, it's naughty, and part of me like doesn't want to get rid of that. But another part of me is thinking like, what's the next stage of my life and of my music? And is there a way to make this a healthier outlet? Yeah. So these are like the exact questions that I'm trying to like answer.
It seems like it is a really healthy outlet. The people you're comparing yourself to don't seem like they are musicians. So they do have the time or the, drinking and partying.
But they still have emotions, of course,
Yeah, but they express them differently. They don't have the creative outlet that you do to like make something beautiful.
Right. Sometimes I wish I had other creative outlets, other emotional outlets. And of course, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. Like that's just something, again, that I'm just exploring.
Yeah. So tell us about this song that we're gonna hear.
Totally. This song is called the last song that I write, and it's sort of about all these ideas, and it's about how music is a coping mechanism, and but how I feel like I need more in my life. Like the second verse, and I'm probably gonna flub the lyrics while we're playing. I'll probably flub them now too. But what is it? Well, looking back, it used to be a way to cope, something to do, a breath of hope. But now I need so much more than empty pages on the floor. Pick up the pen and write it down. I forget the rest, but the idea that I'm feeling like I need more than writing on, writing songs.
Need more of what?
Yeah. I mean, you know, 38, I'm at that time where people are thinking, a lot of my friends and everything, you know, thinking about families and kids and wives. And, you know, I feel like I'm married to my music and my songs are my children. And I don't know if I ever want to give that up, but it's an insular lifestyle. And it's not, you know, it is bringing, you know, my thoughts and feelings, but like, you know, what about the idea of like another little life and their thoughts and feelings, you know, like, and I have 2 dogs that I take care of, so that helps.
I guess the $1 million question is, can you have both?
Yeah, well, stay tuned. That's for next time. But no, that is a great question and something that I think you can. I do think you can.
Let's hear this song.
Awesome. We're gonna go to my brother's house and play it. Yeah.
Holy moly, what the fuck? If you got a joint, then light it up. Spin a phrase, a word or two. Try to find a rhyme that's new. Floating in the universe, a melody I thought I heard. Facing the crowd, lost at the show. The love I bought, the lies I told. This could be the last song that I write. Leave the best thing behind. If it's the last thing that I do, leave the meaning up to you. Still got something left to say. Always some new chords to play. This could be the last song. This could be the last song that I write. Used to be a way to cope, a thing to do, a breath of hope. But now I need so much more than empty pages on the floor. Pick up a pen and write it down. Always keep my phone around. It keeps a track of memories and running low on batteries. This could be the last song that I write. Best thing behind. If it's the last thing that I do, leave the meaning up to you. Still got something left to say. Always some new chords to play. This could be the last song. This could be the last song that I write. Song that I write. Looking back, I know I can't let go. The music playing in my soul, through the static in the air tonight. This could be the last